Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to the Akim and Aquath out there pursuing this truth. So I'm coming at you with a strange lesson here. I didn't know this was a thing that was gone around until last night. I was watching this guy's video. I'm not going to necessarily put his name out there. He's a fairly popular YouTuber. He does he walks through museums and stuff like that. But anyway, it was late last night. I was watching this guy's stuff, you know, 'cause it's entertaining to see these different museums and stuff, especially when a lot of this shit's locked down. You know, you get bored, so I've been checking them out. And I was watching this one that he did on cryptozoology. I'm sure you could find his page if you just looked it up. I'm not gonna necessarily put him out there though. Um, but yeah, so cryptozoology is basically it's basically dealing with these cryptids. That's how you spell it, something like that. Yeah. So cryptozoology is the search for and the study of animals whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated, such as the Loch Ness monster and the Yeti. And I guess, you know, Leviathan would be put into this category, you know. So it's basically, you know, like Bigfoot, Chupacabra, um, you know, they got like the sheep squatch, Mothman, uh, you know, Loch Ness, Goatman, you know, a bunch of these things. You hear about them. But, you know, so he went to a museum on all that, and, you know, it was going fairly normal until I stumbled across this part in the video here that I'll show you that caught my attention. I paused it at the time when I was watching it last night, and I just stared at it for a minute, and I was like, damn, that's didn't expect that, but I mean, y'all get a kick out of this. Check this out. Right here. Now, ain't that goofy? I looked at that, I was like, no way, man. No way. So I looked it up. I did a little bit of research on it last night. Not too much. I didn't dive into it a whole bunch. But apparently there's you know, a lot of these cryptozoologists or these people looking for Bigfoot and whatnot. They believe that Bigfoot is Esau. Now I didn't know about this. I never heard anybody going on it before, so it kind of caught me off guard. It's kind of crazy, man. But I mean, look at it. Yeah, it looks like Esau. I mean, looks like a regular old white baby to me. Not no baby Bigfoot, but anyway, I'm get into on some of these things, some scriptures, some of these accounts, and so let's go with this guy right here. I haven't watched this yet, but these people in the comments, man, are crazy. And before I get into this, he had this post in front of it, so I'm gonna just get into this. I'm just using this as fair use, which says, in its most general sense, a fair use is any copying of copyrighted material done for a limited or transformative purpose, such as to comment upon or criticize or parody a copyrighted work. Such uses can be done without permission from the copyright owner. YouTube probably still fuck with me, but I'm just getting that out there. So, anyway, let's see what this guy has to do. Well, let's read some of this first. When it comes to the origins of Bigfoot, there are many theories and opinions. There are some theories that the people tie to the Bible. In this episode, I talk about and give my opinion on one of the most popular theories that ties Bigfoot to the biblical man named Esau. And this guy says, Esau was also an amazing hunter and very fast. I had the same revelation last week while reading the Bible. Now, I wonder if this person has any, let's see. They're one of those QAnon people, man. Let's see what they got.
UFO.
Reptilian. Oh yeah, so this guy is just out of his goddamn mind. He's one of those, more than likely, white conspiracy theorists that go off on those reptilians and shit. Apparently this is the guy. I guess maybe no. I don't know. Let's see. What was his?
Major pentatonic slash strings.
I don't know. I don't know if that's him or says solo. Maybe that's his solo work. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting off track. But so I think he is. It's one thing to be hairy, but to be able to fool Isaac, she had to put the fur coat of a goat over Jacob. Come on, that's an awful lot of hair. Has anyone heard Bigfoot in the Bible code? Uh, these guys are bugged out, man. These guys are crazy. I don't know, man. This shit's weird. Anyway, let's see what this guy's got to say. Sorry if it's too loud. I can't tell how loud it is on y'all's end.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of My Crypto World. Today I'm using a different camera system. I'm trying out the 4K, so if I look extremely worse than I normally do, that's because it's in 4K. A couple things I want to hit on today. The first thing is I want to show you this new gadget that I got. I guess you call it a gadget. Excuse me. This is a solar-powered theories about Bigfoot. I think I might have bought it off of eBay. But anyway, that was one thing I want to talk to you about. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is theories of Bigfoot. Theories about Bigfoot. I know there's various theories about Bigfoot, and I've been talking to a person lately who is convinced that Bigfoot is a descendant of Esau from the Bible. Excuse me. Allergies about to kill me. But anyways, this person says that Bigfoot is a descendant of Esau, and they've been trying to convince me of that fact. Well, while I'm not totally closed off to the notion, uh, I need a lot more facts and a lot more evidence to say that Bigfoot was a descendant of Esau. The reason I say that is because Esau, we have a very good record of Esau and his descendants. The reason they think
Yeah, they're still ruling to this day.
that Esau was possibly Bigfoot was because the Bible says he was a real hairy man. But if you look at the Middle Eastern people, Iraqis and things like that are very hairy people. Some of them are, just like here in the United States. A lot of
That's Ishmael.
are very hairy. I'm fairly hairy myself.
That's because you're Esau.
Just because it said he was hairy doesn't mean he was a Bigfoot. And the thing about Esau, and I'm just working off memory here, we have a good record according to the Bible about Esau. We know that Esau married 3 times. One girl he married was Ishmael's daughter. If you don't know who Ishmael is, it will be important for you to look up.
You don't even know
in
who
the Bible
Ishmael
and
is,
study
man.
what kind of person he was, and who his people are. It's really playing a big part.
I can't even deal with more of this guy anyway. Yeah, man, these people are out of their goddamn mind. But anyway, I'm gonna go in on this a little bit. Actually, go this one. This is some random page I stumbled across. It says, "What does the Bible say about the possibility of Bigfoot and Sasquatch?" Um, let's see if we can just. Okay. Some people look into the Bible and claim to find proof that Bigfoot exists. Usually, the theories involve Esau, Cain, Nephilim. Esau was born covered in hair, and his descendants, the Edomites, were enemies of Israel. These facts, these facts lead to some speculate that the creatures we call Bigfoot are actually modern-day Edomites who have inherited Esau's trait of being a man of the field. Let's see, that's all they going on this one. Now let's see. All right. Wow. Okay. As Tavel envisions him, Esau was not just a hairy man, but the abominable snowman, Bigfoot. Tavel's new play they cut it all out. Now running at Theater Genesis is his metaphysical musings on the meaning of twindom and the nature of the beast and man. Let's see. Well, the work is about brothers, not just Esau and Jacob, but also Islanel and Isaac, Cain and Abel, Romulus and Remus, Harvey and Ronald. They got this all. They got this all messed up. But yeah, so the anyway, I'll get on that in a minute. Um, I'll just get into it now. That's a picture of Esau. This is a picture of Esau. That's a picture of Esau. You see all the hair? Every single one of them. Look at this. Look at this guy too. What color is he too? Look at that right there. Look, it looks like red to me. Looks like red to me. Now we're not talking about the Esau is not this. This is not Esau. First of all, does he look red to you? Any part of him look red? Let's find a so-called picture that they say. You know, any part of that look red? Now they do stuff like this. I've seen portrayals of them as like oranges, like gingery color. You know, I don't know if that came up from trying to change it over to be more red, so they could come up with something like that. But nah, man, shit's goofy. And they're just trying to find another way to cover up who Esau really is, which is the so-called white man. You know, which they're not really white, just like the Israelites were not so-called black. Skin isn't black. It's Esau's red, and the Israelites were brown. We have brown tone to our skin. Now some of us, and it's not saying all Israelites, are going to be this color, and not all Edomites are going to be that color. You're going to have so-called brown-skinned Edomites, as well as you'll have some white-skinned Israelites. Um, I fall into that category myself. Um, I'm on the lighter of the skin side. I darken up a little bit, but for the most part, if you saw me walking around, you'd think I was a so-called white guy or Hispanic. Um, so we're gonna get on this, and then I'll go in on it. This is John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your fathers ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth. But because there is no truth in him, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. He is the father of lies, you know. He is the number one liar uh, here on earth, you know, especially here in Babylon, you know, and that's one of the reasons they come up with, you know, these weird sayings, you know, oh, Esau could be this, Esau could be that, because the truth is that they're trying to, they know, they know who it really is, you know, these elites especially know who it really is, and that's that's why they try to cover it up, just like they try to cover up and you know call all the Israelites, especially the Judites mostly, that you know that they come from Africa because they don't want us knowing our true heritage, you know, just like you know the call us so-called Mexican people Mexican or Spanish or whatever you want to call it, when in reality, um, you know, the Mexican people link back to Issachar, you know. And same with the Native Americans. They call them Native Americans, um, Indians, and all that when they go back to Gad. I can't get all into the 12 tribes, but you know, we all those three people, the Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, link back to the 12 tribes of Israel that are the Israelites that the Bible is speaking of. Um, but you know, that's why they come up with these things. They don't want us knowing our heritage, because if we find out our heritage, we'll find out their heritage. And the truth is, they already know their heritage. They already know they're Esau. That's why they're doing all these things, because they're trying to preserve their kingdom. And in reality, that's it's not going to be able to happen, because the Most High is going to come back and destroy this place, man. Um, so yeah, you know, and you can tell who the true Edomites are when you just, you know, bring out this truth towards them, or you know, talk about some of the things that they have done, some of the wickedness that they've done, and you know, they'll start to show their horns. But then they come up with this stupid, you know, just this countless things, you know. Like this one guy, the one guy in the video was saying, oh, you know, the Middle Easterners are pretty hairy, you know, and and then you know, and then in when he was talking after that, he started talking about Ishmael. And he said, if you don't know who Ishmael is, well, if you knew who Ishmael was, you would know that the Middle Easterners, you know, are Ishmael. And he talked about, oh, I'm a little hairy myself, and that's because you're Esau, man. It is. You know, if you know, if you ever see, I bet if he, you know, smacked his skin, it would bring out that pink, to bring out the pink in the skin, you know. So, you know, and everybody gets red, but you know, they'll stay pink. You know, all you got to do is push on like the white skin, and it'll turn pink because it's not necessarily white. It's pink, you know. Um, but yeah, you know, just John 8 and 44. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. He has a lot of lies out here, you know, and apparently we're finding more and more out. I didn't know that there was people out there that linked Esau to Bigfoot. I didn't think that that type of ridiculous link up could be had, you know. And this is Genesis 25 and 25, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, you know. And these these Bigfoot or whatever you want to call them, Sasquatches, Yetis, I don't know. There's some crazy difference between them or whatnot, or if they even exist. Um, but these, you know, um, they came out, and then you never see them as red, you know. It says the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. These these things aren't red, you know, as they're depicted at least, you know. But so boom, knocked that out of you right there. But these same people that believe in this stuff are the same people that are believing these reptilians, you know, which is just I ain't even gonna go into that. I don't even I've heard about it. I don't even go into that stuff mostly because it's just a bunch of it's the shit. If you watch that too much, even as an Israelite, you never know if that's gonna be some stumbling block. Makes you shit'll make you bug out, man. I'm sure there's Israelites out there that are you know believing in these reptilian doctrines and all this weird shit. And this is again Psalms 58 and 3. Um, Not again, Salakia. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. And that should have actually been before the last verse I read. Um, but yeah, this whole society that Esau has built up has is built on a foundation of lies. And you can only build something and support it so high before it starts to crumble. That's why still to this day, like with buildings and skyscrapers, they hit a stopping point at some point because when they get so big, the wind and everything, the sway begins to get too much, and they wouldn't be able to be sturdy anymore, and they would topple over. And we're getting to that peak with Esau in these last days. It's getting to the point where pieces of this so-called building are starting to fall off, and we're picking up those pieces and reading them and seeing all these lies that this devil has been telling us, about our people, where we come from, hiding everything from us. But in reality, it's been there right in front of us, But in order to view it, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has to wake you up, And there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to wake up, you know. There's a lot of Jake out there that's still trusting in this devil, This is um this is another point I'm gonna get in on. Genesis 27 and 40, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass that when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Now, tell me this. Have we had any events of Yetis coming out and shooting up groups of black people? Because last time I checked, I haven't heard anything about no Yeti shootings or no Bigfoot shootings. You know, so the people that believe this, well, first of all, a lot of these people is the guy that was talking in that video earlier. Um, they don't know the first thing about the Bible, man. They can read this thing and it's like they're reading, some different language. It doesn't speak to them. They can't get it because it's blocked from them, you know. And it'll be the same thing with even um, Jacob, if they're 2/3 or they're out there in the world doing these worldly things. Like before I woke up, I remember when reading the Bible, I didn't get a lot of information out of it at all. And that's the same like these people that dwell in these churches and even these Baptist churches, these black Baptist churches too, or these Christian churches, just all churches in general. That's why they have so many contradictions in their doctrine, is because they really don't have the whole truth of it. Is because they bend the words in the Bible to pertain unto the message that they're trying to push, the doctrine that they're trying to push, which in reality is just going off. This is the last scripture I'm gonna get into. This is Ephesians 6 and 11 through 6 and 12. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. If you look up wiles, this is devious or cunning stratagems employed in manipulating, persuading someone to do what one wants. And that's the biggest tool of this devil, you know. is this confusion that is pushed upon the world, especially in Babylon, you know, and you know, as scripture just came to my mind. Um, let's get it in. This is 1 Corinthians 14:33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai isn't the author of confusion. He's the author of peace. It's this devil, is the author of confusion, and he's the author of lies. He spreads all these things. So really, what you need to do is you need to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you know, and repent, and try to do right in this thing, so Lord willing, you could be saved. Because more and more information comes out every day. You find something out that apparently that the devil's been pushing that you had no idea on. Like I said, I had no idea that they were linking this whole Bigfoot thing up with with Esau. It's ridiculous. Um, but then again, they don't have the truth. Um, anyway, I didn't have too much else to go in on this. Just supposed to be a short little lesson to get this out. Esau is not Bigfoot. Bigfoot, the Yeti, any of that's not Esau. Esau is the so-called white man. Anyway, with that, I'm going to close out. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash. I want to say Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Shalom.